Hello, everyone. So I think I'm starting to change my mind on Duolingo. I used to think it was completely pointless and irrelevant and just dumb. I still do, but I also now used to think it too, and so that's changed. No, I've been playing around with Duolingo. I think I might have broken it. If I go in here, I think there's a chance I might win this round in 2 days to finish this up. But what's interesting is how I'm doing this right now. I'll come into here. So currently, like I'm learning Esperanto, which isn't even a real language, but it exists. Well, I mean, technically it's a real language. It's just not used officially anywhere. You might think that's useless, but I think it's no less useless than the other phrases that I'm learning here. I started originally in Spanish a long time ago, so that's why that one's way ahead of everything else. But anyway, this is the current meta that I'm using. I'm saying meta as if it's a thing. Yeah, it's just an excuse. Anyway, I load these. I'm actually learning all of these languages. I've looked at others down below, but these are the ones I'm actually focusing on. And so I come in here and I grab whichever one's on the bottom. So I'll go in here and do Russia, and I'll switch over to Russian. I'll just show this is the technique I'm using. So currently I'm really far into this tree. So I'll just go into here. We'll just start this lesson really quick. So all right, so we finished up that lesson. Then I just go into here and grab the ones that I made mistakes on. Just get these all over. So they're really easy. They're fresh in my mind.
Наши
You
актеры
don't
не
have to look
едят
at it much.
яблоки. Наши
Наши
актеры не едят яблоки.
яблоки, plural, and Eddie. So done with that, come back over to here, go to my languages, and then refresh this page. And now you can see Russian jumped all the way up to there. So it's onto German now. Yeah, going from Russian straight to German. But it's the same exact thing. So I'm on this one. So I'll just grab this. And we got that one done. We even got some of these lingots, which you can see I'm spending so many of them. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and get the review on
Ist
here.
deine Arbeit stressig?
Tisch. Tisch.
And I go back to here and refresh this. And now it's time for Japanese. And this is what I do. I just continue through that and do this until I've gone through all the languages at least once. And then, of course, Spanish is the unique one that's different because I'd finished the tree like 2 years ago, and when it's reset, now it's like all this other stuff. So there's a bunch of stuff that I have to come back up here, and so I just come up here and grab these and wobble them up, and I do one or two of these. They're not part of my rotation when I'm coming through here. It's just what I do on there. So anyway, yeah, some people might think, well, isn't it complicated to learn more than one language at one time? And I'm like, well, I don't know that I'm actually learning the language when I'm doing this. This is pattern recognition. I can speak, English is my first language, so pattern recognition is all that this really is. I hear sounds and look at squigglies and match them up and put them together. I don't really know how much this is actually helping, because when I learned Spanish originally, because I would say that right now I am conversationally fluent in Spanish. I can say that because the last Spanish lesson that I had, which was earlier this week, I think it was Tuesday if I remember. It's been a long week, but that lesson was a 90-minute lesson. And between myself and the teacher, because it was just through italki, just one-on-one, for that 90 minutes, between both of us, I think we spoke less than 100 words of English. And most of it was when I would say something like, ¿Cómo se dice puck in español? Because, as you can tell from that, I was trying to talk about hockey. I mean, it is the only sport. It was the sport God created on the seventh day and gave it to us for our enjoyment. And if you disagree with that, well, I mean, there's a special place in hell for you for eternity for disagreeing. But, whatever, that's okay. I don't want to get off on that tangent. So the point is that I didn't learn Spanish from Duolingo. I tried. I spent the first 8 months or so using Duolingo to do it, but I didn't learn Spanish until I started taking lessons with a teacher through italki. So it's not to say I learned absolutely nothing while I did the Duolingo. It's just that the difference in actually talking to somebody was profound. So that's why I kind of am hesitant to say that I'm actually learning any of these languages. I'm learning how to play Duolingo. I'm learning how to get points. I'm not necessarily learning these languages for long term. To do that, I'm actually going to need to talk to people from those countries. Talk to a German, talk to someone from Japan. That's the only way, if I'm actually going to learn the language, for me to do so. So the languages where I am incorporating something like italki and I get lessons, those I'm sure I'll advance on. And I think that there is a benefit to using Duolingo if you're also doing that on the side. I just don't think Duolingo alone is adequate to solve that issue. But that's not the point of why I'm doing this. The point of why I'm doing this is to make this number get big and much, much bigger than all of these numbers. That's the only thing that matters for Duolingo. That's the whole point. I got to get up to unlock these 2 steps, right? That's the point of Duolingo. It's not to learn a language. It's to conquer your enemies who don't even know that they're being in a competition to conquer. Whatever. Necesito una novia. Adios.